I'm telling y'all, man, God, the man upstairs, has his heart all over this franchise because not only is Cliff Kingsbury now staying, but the Washington Commanders has just blocked the New York Jets from interviewing our assistant quarterbacks coach David Blau. Let's talk about it.
The way that we live is not for everybody. We're going to run and put our bodies on people in a violent manner.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, and shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's on.
You know what time it is. It's time to come out.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me.
So what's up, y'all? It's your man Juan Gotti here. Before we get into today's video, I want to ask you guys to do me a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. This is just a quick little video, so sorry if I don't have all the bells and whistles as normal or the intro isn't the same. Just wanted to get this out to you very, very quickly, and then I can continue on with my day. Washington, we know coaches heavy, our teams are heavy interested in our coaches because of the season that we just turned in. I already made a video a couple days ago how we will possibly be losing 3 specific coaches: Tavita Pritchard, David Blau, and also Brian Johnson. Those 3 guys had some heavy interest from other teams. David Blough with the New York Jets as a quarterbacks coach, Tavita Pritchard as the offensive coordinator for Jacksonville, and then Houston, the offensive coordinator Brian Johnson. They want Brian Johnson from us. And, with that, specifically, the one that hurts the most for me would have been Tavita Pritchard, and we don't know necessarily about those 2 guys' statuses. I could very well see Brian Johnson being the offensive coordinator of the Houston Texans. I'm not going to lie to you. If you guys understand how much they love Brian Johnson here, bro, and how good he actually is, Houston would be a fool to not hire him. When he left Philadelphia a couple of years ago, you were looking for a scapegoat. Remember, they started off that season 11-0, and then they finished pretty bad down the stretch and then lost in the wild card to the Bucks. They finished very poorly that year, and they didn't want to fire Nick Sirianni. They didn't want to make any quarterback change or nothing like that. So they used Brian Johnson as the reason that they weren't good. They used him as a scapegoat. But then you come to Washington, and you hear Cliff Kingsbury talk about Brian Johnson and how much of the passing game success we've had this past season and schemes and different looks. It was key. He gave credit to him. He was like, he's the one that comes up with all this new stuff that we have. So Brian Johnson going to Houston, I think is a good fit, and I think he may end up going there. But we did get some good news, like I already said. Even if we lose Brian Johnson, David Blau is returning, the assistant quarterbacks coach. You may famously know him from, playing pig with JD5 at practice. He just recently played in the NFL not too long ago with the Detroit Lions and a slew of other teams, so he's still relatively young. And the fact that we blocked, the Jets from interviewing him must tell you, like, we think very highly of David Blau, and who knows, maybe that's also another sign that maybe Tavita Pritchard may end up being the offensive coordinator of Jacksonville, because they're probably blocking David Blau from leaving because they don't want to lose Tavita Pritchard and then lose David Blau. Now you don't have no quarterbacks coach. Well, simple fix: if Tavita Pritchard ends up getting that offensive coordinator job from Jacksonville, then you promote David Blau to quarterbacks coach, and then you will be fine. Tavita Pritchard, though, that's the guy that I don't want to lose. I said the guy that was next in line for me to become the offensive coordinator here in Washington when Cliff Kingsbury leaves is Tavita Pritchard. And the fact, listen to this, that they kept Tavita Pritchard from the last regime to this regime tells you that he knows he knows his stuff. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to work with the quarterback position. And then another year under Cliff, who's also a quarterback whisperer, another year with JD5, learning his tendencies, learning him more, and they learn each other more. I felt like that would have been a cool switch. You guys know I'm big on promoting from within, especially when you have an organization that is ran well, which we are, and we're trending more towards that direction. And I want to promote within. Keep it in house, bro. We promote. We lose somebody, okay, promote the next person. I want to have a factory and kind of have a tree, of success instead of going out and finding other guys that haven't been a part of the grit grind like the rest of these guys. So promote David Blau. Tavita Pritchard leaves. But I don't want that to happen because I want him to be next in line for the offensive coordinator position. I hear Anthony Lynn's name a lot too with the offensive coordinator position. I'm cool up Anthony Lynn. I think he's fine as the running backs coach and in his role. But then you have obviously As I mentioned already, Brian Johnson. If you had to ask me who was more likely to leave, it would probably be Brian Johnson because I think they think highly of him here as well. But I think if Houston does their due diligence and their homework, they would know like yeah, Brian Johnson would be next up. But even still, saying that if they in fact, like, I don't know if it's possible to block multiple coaching candidates on your roster or your staff. I don't know if you can block both or all of them, honestly, because it wouldn't surprise me if that was possible. We decided to do that, but something tells me that's not right. You can't block every single coach on your coaching staff from being interviewed. You have to interview somebody. So if I had to take a guess, you would have to, cut off a select few. You could be like, hey, hands off this guy, hands off this guy, but you can't say that for every single, coach on your coaching staff because that's just not fair. At least it doesn't seem that way. So, if Brian Johnson somehow stays around, I would love for him to potentially be the offensive coordinator as well, because again, they think highly of him. Cliff Kingsbury credits a lot of the reason we had success last year to him. And honestly, Philly probably didn't even really dislike him that much. He just had to be a scapegoat, had to be a reason, had to give the fans hope for new fresh air. And he was the guy that they had to get rid of in order for them to get Kellen Moore. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. AP not playing, man. He like, nah, your hands off my stuff, bro. Hands off my stuff. I want to keep all of my stuff here as long as I can. And look at God working his magic yet again. First Cliff, now David Blau, and hopefully maybe Tavita Pritchard and Brian Johnson both return. But I'll keep you guys posted for that. Just a quick little video. Busy day for me, so I gotta get back to do what I gotta do. Y'all bless and stay safe. I hope y'all enjoying y'all Sunday. See y'all later. I'm out. Peace.